My name's Karen. I'm the CEO of Club Lithgow. I live at Blackheath and I'm currently the carer of my 9-year-old grandson who is on the spectrum. He has autism. He's been with us since he's 2 years old. I'm Chief Executive Officer of Club Lithgow. I report to a board of directors made of 7 members of the club who are elected by the members. One of those board of directors is a female. We have 40 staff members here and we're a community club, so we're here for all of the local community. My role is very diverse. I wear a number of hats. Being a very small club, I don't have a lot of other support, so I do a lot of things myself. So I'm responsible for everything from the accounts to the human resources to hiring the entertainment to purchasing the stock to reporting to the board and the members. I actually didn't. I just fell into it, believe it or not. I had my daughter when I was very young and I was in an abusive relationship, and I found myself a single mother quite early on in my life, and a role came up at a very big club close to where my mother lived, and I just applied for it. And haven't looked back, been in the industry now for over 20 years. There's a few things I like about working in the industry. Firstly, the diversity of it. There is so many things to do, and one day is always different to the next day. No 2 days are ever the same. And there's that human element as well. Working for a community club, you get to see a lot of people. This club is people's social life as well, and so it's just nice to to make people smile and let people have a good time. My biggest challenge would probably be working for a small community club rather than a large organisation, because we are so much to so many people and I have multiple hats to wear. So juggling the responsibilities is probably the hardest thing working in this industry, but it's also very rewarding. I suppose the hardest thing I found coming to Club Lithgow was I was used to working for much larger organisations where I was pretty much anonymous, but I soon realised working for a small club that eyes were on me all the time, and I found that to be quite difficult. Yeah, I think, it's changed over time. When I first started in the industry, as I mentioned before, over 20 years ago, there wasn't a lot of women in the industry. I started a discussion group for people in the industry because we're all dealing with the same issues. So why not, pull our thoughts together and, work together. And so I started a discussion group. There was about 20 of us to start with and 2 females. That discussion group is going today, still strongly today, with over 50 members, and I would say at least 50% of them are female. So, it's developed and changed over time. I don't really know how people perceive me. I just come to work and do my job. And, it is what it is, I suppose. I suppose it's tougher for women in positions of power than it is for men, as in perception, because men can make the tough decisions and they're rewarded for them. They're strong men if they make those tough decisions. When women make tough decisions, I think they're perceived differently. They're aggressive rather than assertive, and yes, they can be perceived as being a little bit bitchy, but and that's really tough to overcome. That where I could make exactly the same decision as my male colleague and be perceived very differently. I think it's getting better, but that's how I think I'm perceived sometimes. I'm not sure that I actually bring anything uniquely to the workplace as a woman compared to a man. I think we're all just human, and I'm pretty sure International Women's Day isn't about bashing up men. I think what women do bring to the role, and this has been said multiple times over time, that women do tend to multitask a little better and are a lot better with their time management. But I also believe that as a woman, I uniquely bring something different, because through the last 20 years I've found that the difference between men and women in senior roles is that men will help each other, where traditionally women seem to try and tread on each other rather than picking each other up and helping them and bringing them along for the ride. To me, running a business is like running a family. You nurture the people in the business, hopefully so in time they can spread their wings and fly, and without being cliche, and go on to be better people for it. I don't know why women like to tread on each other rather than support each other, and I think it's changing, but in the business world sometimes I don't know why women do it to each other. Women bring one thing to the party, men bring another thing to the party. I like working with both men and women, and I've worked with a lot of very, very smart men and a lot of very, very smart women. I think it's not about men and women, it's about the best fit for the role. I would say support each other. Just support each other and do the best that you can, and you'd be surprised at what you can do when you put your mind to it. Who would have thought that me, Karen Jamieson, who grew up in Revesby, who was a single mum very young in life, would be the CEO of a club 20 years down the track?